said that you would come again. You said that we would remain friends, but you know that I do not depend on nothing or no one. So why would you? I can't believe I believed everything we had, but less so young and naive of me to think she was from your past. Silly of me to dream of one day having your kiss. Love is so blind, it feels right when it's wrong. Tell me what you say now. Tell me what you said. You said that you would come again. You said that we would remain friends, but you know that I do not depend on nothing or no one. So why would you show up so uninvited? Just change my mind.
Alright, I think that's a cool spot for y'all. So what is up? Like, that was so aggressive, but I'm like so tired. Today was a pretty chill day. I did way more than I really was planning to do today, which it was snowing today. So I went outside, I shoveled the driveway and all of that, cause that's shit that you gotta do. And then I made dinner and I killed that. I showed y'all a little bit of that. I had made some broccoli and it had like cheese in it. I had some green hatch chilies to give it a little spice because I didn't have enough peppers, but I did throw a little peppers and a little onion in there, sauteed it up and let it get real soft. I love my broccoli soft. And then I made a pasta, more like a spaghetti sauce, added a little Alfredo with the tomato paste, let that cook up and thicken a little bit, and then I put it on top, baby. It was fire, so good. But honestly, like I ate way too late. And then I had took my vitamins earlier and realized that I didn't drink enough water. So here I am because I had a minor headache. I was like, oh my God. I was like, wow, this is crazy. And I had to hit the blunt because I was like, this is just too much for me. I did my little stretches and now I'm sleepy. I'm mad because I really wanted to show y'all my plate, but it just is what it is. I really want to get up early in the morning too. I've been trying to make that a thing, you know what I'm saying? Early bird gets the worm type of deal. I just, like, I'm trying to reprogram myself. It's a new year for real, and I want to be able to be more disciplined. I feel like that is the hardest shit in life right now, is to be disciplined, like to really like get yourself on a routine, a specific schedule, and follow through. Oh my gosh, it's crazy, but I'm gonna do it because I have things to prove to myself. That's really what it is. Like, I realized that so many people are in this mindset to be proving shit to other people, going off of what they see on TV, social media, shit like that. Like, I have shit to prove to myself. So the one thing that I have this year that I was putting off the years prior are actual goals. Like, I have things that I really need to get done, things that I want to do, places that I want to see, and like, I'm gonna make that shit happen. So you guys are coming along on this journey because I've been putting it off and procrastinating enough, like a long time, and it's just about that time where like I'm gonna have to open up about certain things, and at some point throughout this video I'll figure out where I want to start. But I do know that this is definitely going to be a journey, so it's like, here we are.
It's so bad. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Put hands on you in the past, just cute, cause you can. Let's go. She got her own.
So we literally are getting ready to walk into one of my favorite stores for home decor. If you don't know, now you know. I am planning on moving in the next few months, so I just want to go look at some home decor stuff so I can get an idea and maybe pick up a few items depending on what I'm going with. I have a couple different ideas for my decor, but we'll see what they have in here.
Guys, do you want to get that done today or hold off next time?
I'm good for next time.
Sounds good. So,
I don't really even need to talk. But these ones, number one. Ooh. I really like these, honestly. Yeah. I like these. So I should do these too. I honestly think I like the gray better than I like the greenish ones. I hold on to these and let them know.
I don't think you have to. Just
We got mail. Whoa, we got mail. What is up, y'all? So I'm on here just really up. It's like 10:30 at night. But I just wanted to come on here. I'm looking crazy because, girl, it's cold. But for whatever reason, I was just in here thinking, and I was like, when people say that they really want to like change and they want to go on a healing journey, I think people have it mistaken as to how that journey is supposed to go, right? Like most people are expecting to just say, you know what, I want to change, and expect things to happen overnight and expect people around them to change and their circumstances to change. And it's like, when you are really going through a healing journey, you have to really be open to healing from everything, right? So like breaking down and crying and like, you know, having conversations you don't necessarily want to have, or just really, you know, picking up pieces that were broken and like learning from certain situations. And I feel like for me, when I think about it, like it's taken me a long time to get to this point, because I honestly I feel like I've been hurt and let down by so many people, especially when it came down to me really like opening up my heart and allowing myself to be available to people emotionally and mentally. I feel like I've given so much people time, right? And if we're to go back just a little bit so you guys have an idea as to like why I'm taking this journey because I have one specific relationship that I can, you know, off the top of my head really like dig into. And I think that this relationship with this person, like, he literally changed my process of thinking. I was about 22 when I started dating him. And at that time, like, I'm a fresh 22, you feel me? 21 ain't went nowhere. So it's like, we were having fun, and like, I really felt like I was in a relationship at that time. And so to go through like lies, deception, through like cheating and all of that so early, for me, it was like my heart will never be the same. You know what I'm saying? And it really just changed how I view relationships for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not as open as I would be as far as getting to know someone, and I'm not as available with my time. You know what I'm saying? And it really does suck, because now that I'm, you know, several years later, I'm older, I'm realizing like I don't want to not be with someone. You know what I'm saying? But I also don't want to be with someone who isn't going to treat me the way that I know I deserve to be treated. And so fast forward, you know, I end up getting into a relationship with someone that was no different. You know what I'm saying? As far as just being like self-centered, very narcissistic, victimizing himself. And like the crazy part about that is I knew for a fact that he did care. It wasn't a doubt in my mind that he didn't care, but his actions showed me otherwise, especially when he couldn't be honest and open and real in front of other people, you know what I'm saying? And by other people, I more so mean like family, right? I could care less about what his friends thought or what my friends thought or any of that, but it was like when we would have conversations alone, our conversations would be cool. Our conversations were like, you know what? He's getting somewhere. He wants to grow. He wants to learn. He wants to be independent. He has this entrepreneur mindset to be, you know, his own boss, to own his own shit. But it was just so many blockages and setbacks that he had going on in his own world. I had to learn to separate that from me. And, you know, our situation was much, much bigger than, you know, just being boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, we were actually, like, growing something. But then it just all went downhill, and I realized, like, after that, I really had to sit myself down and say, this shit can never happen again. And I say that to say, like, nobody is perfect. And I think that everybody, at least once in their life, has experienced a heartbreak. And getting through toxic situations are not easy. It's getting through toxic situations isn't easy. It's just one of those things where you have to be prepared to really have those deep ass conversations with yourself, to be like, you know what, these are things that I need to work on myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at right now. I'm just going through a major healing process, as far as just what I feel internally, like telling myself that certain things are not my fault, allowing myself to go through obstacles and hit hurdles and not feel like it's the end of the world because I'm going through all types of shit in my own mind. You know what I'm saying? And your mind can definitely be a crazy place to be in. It can either be the best place at a certain time or it could be the worst place. And like, I spent so much time in my head trying to figure out how I can make things better instead of just working through things, right? Like, there's a process. I'm sure a lot of you have gone through situations where you're like, this is the fucking worst. Like, this is the worst thing that I could be going through at this time. And you've gotten through it because you're here right now, right? But I've had those obstacles take place, and I'm just like, you know what, like, I have to tell myself on a regular, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with feeding yourself positivity and, you know, giving yourself the things that you seek in other people is important to recognize as well. Like unconditional love, comfort, solitude, those are all things that I am finding within myself, right? Like just being happy with the moment and not trying to rush things. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when you get to that point of being open and accepting to the fact that other people have to go through their shit and it was just a season that they were in your life, like it just allows the process to, you know, not go over as smooth, but smoother. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that makes sense, it allows you to at least get over that understanding of like, this shit is just, it's a process for everybody. And it's just one of those things where I'm just like, I'm just now after like 4.5, 5 years, recognizing that it started there. It started with me really having my heart broke by somebody that I was really a friend to first. And that I really invested time into, like helping this person, you know, elevate mentally and like see that, you know, there's more to life than what, you know, he's seen so far. So just taking that and applying it to like, you know, my life now, I never want to go through life feeling like I'm hurting people. And I know that I've probably hurt a couple people. I'm saying like, you know, I've had my heart broke, but I'm sure I've broke a couple hearts, you know what I'm saying? But either way, it's just not good. It's not a good feeling to know that you can love someone and they not love you back. So I would just say like, really, it was just on my mind to say like, if you care about somebody, tell somebody that you care about them. You know what I'm saying? Because people wait too late. People move. People transform into different people every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be learning some new shit every single day. So just imagine the transformation that people go through within a year, right? 6 months. Like, people think that they still know people based off of that last moment, but you didn't follow through with anything after that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to recognize, like, as you are going through your process, your journey, your healing, like, people are going through major shit too. And it's not easy to explain this shit that, like, you be going through. Like, I'm someone where I shut down. I really don't like talking about things with people. I don't like expressing myself until, you know, I'm ready. And I feel like that's a normal thing that people do. Like, I don't want to talk until I'm ready to talk. No one likes to be forced to spell out emotion that they're still trying to understand. But boy, when I tell you that I just had like the biggest wake up call, it was like, you know what? At first I thought I wanted to have a conversation, which I've tried having multiple conversations with this specific person, but I think back and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? He has kids now, and it's just like, no. I don't think a conversation at this stage really matters, but at least me understanding where my hurt and where my stern energy comes from, where it stems from. But yeah, that relationship was just a very crazy relationship. Like, you know, I don't think, again, that this person didn't care. I just think they didn't know how to show it. And unfortunately, because I feel I'm elevating at a different pace and I'm wanting something different than what, you know, this person was able to give me, we separated, and our friendship was exhausted too. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's big for me now. If I'm going to pursue a relationship with somebody, like, bruh, we got to be on the same page. You know what I'm saying? We got to be homies. We got to be able to share that type of space where I can come to you about any and everything, and you don't have to lie to me and I don't have to lie to you or feel like I'm on edge or any of that type of shit, right? Like, everything around us is so based off of treating people fucked up and having a side bitch or nigga, or, you know what I'm saying, just being faulty ass people, instead of learning to really love, instead of learning to really, like, value time. You know what I'm saying? Like, time is something that, you know, you gotta hold on to when you can, and it's only so much that you can do when it comes to that. So I'm ready for this journey. It's like, you know, I really realize that dating is one of those things where I get bored as fuck. I do, because I'm like, if this shit is not matching the vibe that I'm on, then there's nothing that we can do here. Like, I don't know if that's asking for too much, but I really need to connect with someone who understands that I like my personal time. I want to be able to be with someone that understands that we don't have to necessarily be up under each other all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It's a lot of that going on. And I broke down and I cried a little bit, because I was like, damn, like, I'm really taking on this journey that I've, like, wanted to take on for so long. Like, I'm really doing what I said I would do. And when I think about me having those first initial thoughts, I thought that certain people would be rocking with me, and they're not. So it just had me thinking, like, you know what, like, things have to be uncomfortable before you get to a point where you can be like, okay, I get it. And that's nonstop. You're gonna consistently run into uncomfortable situations as you're growing. That's a part of growth, right? Things aren't easy, and you meet people along the way. So I had to come on here and let y'all know that, like, you know, we're pulling it together. I'm a very emotional person, but I'm documenting this like never before. So this is episode 1. I really forced myself not to cry. I'm already on here looking like a hermit, okay, honey? But I hope that I can find a safer space. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to explore more and go on adventures and just have fun. And if dating is what I'm going to do, you know what I'm saying, I want to make sure that I'm not missing out on my opportunity, you know what I'm saying, because of the things that I've held on to for so long. And I've done that, right? Like, I feel like I've probably pushed some really good people out of my life just because I'm like, you know what, nah, that was a red flag. And maybe it wasn't a red flag, it was just something that I needed to work through, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? But here we are. Here we are. I'm getting this video up to y'all. If you are new to this channel, please be sure that you subscribe. I'm gonna take my butt to bed and we're gonna get back to this tomorrow, okay? Because I have a lot of thinking to do and I have some things that I want to write down. Like, there's some things that I just need to put out on paper that I've been really like bottling up. For real, for real. We'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow.